And Ohio State and Clemson have played just 2 times in the history of each program. But listen to what Fickell had to say about the rivalry between the two schools.
What's the rivalry between Ohio State and Clemson? Well, there's a lot more of it because of why? Well, because of the recruiting. There's a lot of, we recruit against Clemson probably as much as anybody. Clemson now, just regionally, and the guys that you're going after, the people that you think would fit your program because of the way you run it, and as a family, it's the things that your core values to what you believe in. I think there's more similar than people would think.
They're battling for the same players off the field. On the field, both guys have seen success. Who do you think, which team is going to have more success over the next 5 years?
Ohio State, because of Urban Meyer's track record. He's won 3 national titles, 2 different schools. Dabo Swinney is trying to join the club that Saban and Meyer are already in. We saw it in the last 2 seasons when Ohio State lost 7 and 4 top first-round draft picks in each of those years, and they're still winning. It didn't take Urban Meyer very long. He came into Columbus, and they were not allowed to compete in bowls, and they went undefeated, and it's not going to stop. They have 5-star recruits over 5-star recruits over 5-star recruits. The amount of 5-star recruits that Ohio State and Alabama have acquired in the last 4 years is more than teams currently ranked 3 through 10 combined.
Wow.
Okay, so there are guys that are top 10 overall or top 3 in their position that will go to Alabama and Ohio State knowing they will give up 2 years of eligibility on the bench for the chance to then perform at the highest level. It's very similar to UCLA in the 60s when John Wooden would go into your family's living room and say,
Sure.
You want to have the best competition? All you have to do is come to UCLA and you'll get it at practice. So I think that's where we are. The idea of what Fickell said about the best competition or their rivalry is based on recruiting. It is. Even though one has Southern hospitality, one has Midwestern wholesomeness, one has a big prestige, the other doesn't. They have a very similar culture, at least in 2016.
Is your biggest concern for Clemson the fact, like you said earlier in the show, that Deshaun Watson is going to be heading out?
I hope it should be a positive. I think that should be a motivator. They've had a month to think about this, and he needs to give. I mean, Deshaun Watson has the most to gain and lose here. This guy could be anywhere from the 3rd to 45th pick in the NFL draft.